Hello everyone, my name is Jagat Asohan and today I want to talk about how to improve sight reading. What is sight reading? Okay, sight reading is playing or singing music from previously unseen notation. The context could be playing a new piece, accompanying soloist on piano, reading through an orchestral score, or singing a new part in a choir. Efficient sight reading is very much like the process of learning a new piece, except that the preparation is accomplished at speed. The more pieces a musician plays, the better they become at sight reading. This is because effortless music recording involves assimilating the musical language of pieces played in the past and then using that stored information to anticipate what might come next in a new piece. Sight reading is generally regarded as a very important skill for a musician to have, particularly within the realm of classical music. A useful musician is someone who can read music reasonably fluently without taking a long time to practice it first. They can then learn a new piece more easily and play or sing a new work at short notice, such as in an orchestra or choir rehearsal. Next, sight reading tested because being able to read notation is so important. For classical music, sight reading is tested in practical music exams such as those held by Abbey Rasson, Trinity and London College examining boards. The candidate is given just half a minute to prepare a little piece that they have never seen before to play for the examiner. Okay, let me share with you some tips for sight reading. Firstly, familiarize yourself with a variety of rhythms. Sight reading can look different based on whether you are an instrumentalist or vocalist, but there is one thing both groups have in common: it is rhythm. So, you need to familiarizing yourself with a variety of rhythms such as 4/4, 3/4 and 6/8. This will help you to be ready in any situation. Okay, next, number 2, memorize key signatures. Memorizing your key signature is especially helpful for instrumentalists, as you need to be aware of how many sharps or flats are coming up in your upcoming sight reading exercise. It can also be helpful for vocalists if your timbre is more comfortable in certain key signatures. Third, you need to know your scales. Okay, for instrumentalists, knowing your scales will help you memorize your key signatures. It will also create muscle memory for fingerings and hand placement for each key signature, so that when you begin to sight read, your hands will do what they are used to do. Okay, number 4, you need to practice sight reading with different types of music. When it comes to sight reading, you never really know what you are going to get. So, you could be presented with anything from lively tango to a slow jazz ballad. If you are a vocalist, you might even be presented with different languages. So, in order to avoid sharp panic, familiarize yourself with a different style of music, rhythms, and scores. Number 5. Okay, number 5, you need to identify a notation in the piece. Sight reading is more than just notes and rhythm. Take a moment to look for a dynamic changes or musical direction noted within the piece. Also, pay close attention to tempo and time signatures to make sure they don't change within the song. Showing that you can follow a notation will demonstrate impressive musicality. Number 6. Sound the whole piece out in your head. Okay, last but not least, go through the entire piece from start to finish as if you were giving a mental performance. If allowed, you can even hum the song as you read. Number 7. Relax and keep going, even if you make a mistake. Sight reading isn't meant to be perfect, and just like anything else you do, the more you practice, the better you will get. So don't focus on the mistakes that you make during the performance, and don't feel as tough you have to stop and correct them. Okay, now I'm going to share 10 useful things to remember when we do piano sight reading. Okay, first, sight reading is like speed learning a piece. The difference is that when you sight read, You go through the learning process as quickly as possible. Get the gist of a piece in terms of timing, key and character, and then perform it as best you can without having practiced it. Okay, second, begin with the basics. Check the key signature and confirm by looking at the final bar, which will nearly always end with the key note. Check the time signature. The top number shows how many beats in a bar. Number 3, find the right starting position, putting your fingers over the notes. If black keys are needed, press your fingers on them. Number 4, in your head, read the music in little chunks and short phrases. Think both ends together. If you prepare with separate hands, you will not get a feel for the harmonize or for the way the hands coordinate. Don't say all the note names to yourself, it's not necessary. 5. Find the patterns. Look for note patterns such as scales. Look for repeated rhythm patterns. Rhythms are just as important as notes. 6. Notice performance markings, such as the suggested speed and dynamics, loud and quiet. 7. Run through in your head how the piece might sound, keeping a steady pulse while imagining the feeling of playing the correct notes. If any hand position changes are needed, move your hands at the right time to each new group of notes. Number 8. If this time, try out the piece slowly with both hands. Skim over the easy beats and take time over more complicated parts. Perform the piece at a speed you know you can manage, keeping a steady pulse even if you make a mistake. Give rest and long notes their full value. It's a useful thinking time when you can look ahead. Aim for fluency with a sense of key, timing and character. If you are uncertain of a note, don't be afraid to miss it out or to play a note that seems to fit. If it in doubt, miss it out and make it up. Lastly, the most important point of all, sight read often. The more pieces you play in different keys, timing, styles and character, the better you will get a sight reading.